So Matt, the budget was out last night. What were your thoughts?
There was a few leaks obviously before. We knew about the $3 million super cap, 30% tax above that. We knew about some cost of living relief. Yeah, not much that we didn't expect.
Any highlights in there for you?
I think the $500 energy bill relief for concession card holders only, and they have broadened the scope of Commonwealth Seniors Healthcare Card.
That kicks in July 1.
Yeah, so as of July 1st, 2022, so just gone, the income test for Commonwealth Seniors Healthcare Card has increased. And it means that a majority of people over the age of 67 will now be eligible. The bulk billing gets broadened. I think there will be more people that can access a bulk billing doctor if you're a concession card holder. There's been some changes to the paid parental leave. What do you think that will mean to the average person?
They've extended how long you're eligible for, and really important to see they're going to be paying superannuation on those payments, which is obviously one of the reasons that women typically do retire with less in superannuation than men. These are all the little things that add up.
They've extended the amount of paid parental leave, and you can take it evenly between the two members of the couple.
They also increased the single parenting payment from having children at 8 years old to 14 now. Stay-at-home mothers are typically going to benefit from that. I think they said it's 90% of the people that are on that payment are mothers, so nice to see that extension back to 14 years of age. One of the big ones that we kind of knew was going to be in that budget, it wasn't newly announced, but it was the $3 million cap on superannuation balances.
I think superannuation is becoming more of a progressive tax. If you think of the intent of superannuation, it was never to be a tax saving scheme, it was more of a retirement scheme. I think we'll see more higher taxes or less incentives aimed at higher balances. And for a couple, the way you can kind of make sure you stay on top of this is if there's one with a higher balance, maybe focus more on the lower balance. But it's something that will become more and more of a focus, I think, going forward.
I do get the question from time to time, is super still a good place to be putting my retirement savings?
I'd say definitely yes. Usually, or for the vast majority of people, you'd be better off putting money in superannuation than leaving in your own name in retirement. There are other considerations and there are other strategies you can do, especially on the higher balance end. But I think for a majority of people, superannuation will still form a big part of their retirement plan.
Goes to your point before, if you're strategic and if you're a little proactive, you can mitigate some of these thresholds, can't you?
Yeah, I think it means that now there's more incentive to plan ahead. So there was a lot of talk coming into the budget about changes to the job seeker rate.
It ended up landing on $40 a fortnight for everyone, not limited by age. As always, there'll be people who think it's too much and people who think it's not enough.
I thought it was interesting, Treasury's forecast for next financial year, inflation at 3.75%. Obviously quite a bit lower than what it is right now, and they'll admit that they don't really know where that might go, but it's just still a lower number than I think what people would be expecting. So one thing they didn't talk about was the stage 3 tax cuts, which had been rumoured for a while.
Probably signals that they're very likely to go ahead next year, and they're pretty significant and obviously going to make a big difference as interest rates rise, cost of living's rising. As it stands, they're legislated to come in just over 12 months' time.
So this is the first budget surplus in 15 years. What do you think that means to Australians?
I guess it's a funny time to have a surplus. I think everyone's struggling with the cost of living, and obviously the government's got to balance not adding more fuel to the fire with inflation. It's a pleasant surprise, but I think they've noted that it's going to be pretty short-lived, and the deficits are fairly ingrained for the next few years coming.